Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's time for War 4, the season 3-0. SSX went 3-0 in week 1. On to week 2. It's going to be rough. Iron Man is going to show how good he is and how not well I played today. Mantis is going to look phenomenal as always. I'm going to let her down. And America Chavez is going to show you that the best default counter, in my opinion, to a defending America Chavez actually is America Chavez. Let's get started here. We got this first fight here against this Killmonger. I was assigned Iron Man. You know how much I like Iron Man. You know how much I like him. I've talked to you about how I think he's, as 7 stars continue to move on, as the game continues to move on, as Kabam starts to punish the removal of prowess, right? Especially if they're like, if you remove the prowess and you put on a shock, bad things happen to you, which makes sense. Nimrod is very, very powerful. I think Iron Man is a phenomenal replacement, not a 1-for-1 for Nimrod, but a phenomenal replacement. I think he is so good. I'm going to continue to get the word out on this as best as I can, because I can tell a lot of the community still does not realize how good he is. Now, what I want you to keep in mind in today's video is that I'm going to let him down. This is me not playing well. This isn't Iron Man. So we're going up against this Killmonger, and the whole reason for this matchup is that Iron Man has an armor break off of his SP1. Why I did not throw it right away, I have no idea. This was just apparently one of those days. Thankfully for me, I believe this was on a weekend, not a day where I needed to conduct business, because you're going to see me make a lot of mistakes. But I'm going to show them to you. I want to, so that you can go out there and hopefully not make them yourself, and you can get these fights done even better than I did. So finally, I'm starting to realize why I was assigned Iron Man for this fight, and I'm remembering that he has an armor break. So at about 420 in this fight, I remember how this is supposed to go. And what I want to point out to you is there's no prowess. We're not removing that. We're not invalidating any of those things. I did not end up being going directly to my SB2. We've got a fatigue debuff on us. We've got 3 of them on. This defender is almost definitely placed with inequity, lowering our attack value. And this was a rank 3 7-star Killmonger that I am taking on with my non-ascended rank 5 Iron Man. This is how good this guy is. And I'm finally playing this fight well. I have parried a few of the SP1s. I would not, and I was talking with Rye and Dex and Slay about this. Dex, I meant Hot Fuzz, about this. Don't Dex. I would not try to parry the SP2 of Killmonger, because if you mess that up, bad things could happen to you, even though Iron Man is as tanky as he is. But the SP1, you definitely can get the pause up. I tried to go for it there. You can see I didn't get it. I'd rather be safe than sorry. We've completely lost our arc reactor, which is the additional attack rating. And like I said, at about 420, the fight really started. And so in a little over a minute, rank 5 unascended Iron Man taking down rank 3 7-star Killmonger. The guy's got damage. He's got it going on. He is amazing. He's going to die later, and it is completely my fault, and we'll talk about it, so hopefully it doesn't happen to you. All right, going into this fight here against Scorpion. Now, I've been talking about Mantis. I did the how to take this tactic, how to do these fights. And I told you, Mantis has been an absolute MVP. The whole strategy with this one is to get up a taunt early, have Scorpion throw his SP1 if I can, so his power bar is zeroed out, because I have got an intercept, get the taunt and the intercept off, then get to my special 2, and then so that I don't have to worry about Scorpion's stupid evade, I'm directly going to cancel out of the sleep mechanic into my special. I'm not going to let any hits of the heavy land. Watch this. And this is me just not, they gave very clear directions, a very good fight advice. This is me just messing up. So there, I should be a little more patient going for the intercept, but we're still fine. I'm not overly worried about it. There we go. We did land our intercept. So this is not good, right? We've talked about not wanting to intimidate and the taunt up, but that's fine. I'm going to go directly into my SB2 now. And what I should do is I should cancel out early, because I don't want sleep to end. I need him to be still asleep. He's not. I also made another mistake, and I will talk this through with you while you see me die here. Just didn't know this. Again, I do these videos to help you, not to show that I'm some great player. I'm a good player, not a great player. And I'm going to tell you, you can hold your block, right? Or you can hold your heavy, like I was doing. You don't need to remove your finger from the screen. You can go directly to the special button and hit it, and that will cancel out your heavy for you. You're going to see me do it here, right? Because I wanted the good practice. I knew I could get this fight done. We're getting the intercepts going. I've landed the Intimidate now. Still the conflicting directions, but it's going okay. You're seeing me be a little patient. And I'm going to go directly into the heavy hold. And before, with plenty of time left on the sleep, I'm going to continue to hold my heavy and hit the special button. So that way he is not woken up and there's no opportunity for him to come out of the sleep and evade and kill me like he did in the last fight. That's how it should have gone. Really frustrating. Really frustrating for me. So, you know, it is what it is. We're going up against Salty, I think, in this war. So there's a good chance for us to kind of knock off one of our main competitors there for top 10. It is what it is. Got to pick up. Got to keep our heads up and move on. So now we're going into this really tough fight against Morbius. This is so difficult because Mantis has no way of countering Morbius's glide. And for those of you who have tried to dex out of Morbius's glide, you know this moves, it seems to move at a different pace. Plus there's ebb and flow intercept. So he's going to have a protection until I get an intercept up. The whole idea here is to get off one of his glides and obviously dex it. So we've got to get that done. So here we go. I'm going to go Intimidate first so I can get up some of my mixed emotions. Also, if I immediately go into my Infuriate, I need to intercept him, and I can't, right? Because he would glide there. So the glide is now down. So I'm feeling good about that. The problem is he's not over a bar of power. So I need to try, or I'm fishing for an intercept here. That's what you're seeing me do. I'm kind of trying to fish for an intercept. I got a nice situation there. I blocked the first part. He did not go unblockable. There's a 40% chance of that happening with only 2 daunted up. So right now we're actually looking pretty good. I got a parry off. I believe that is bugged, but that's how it's been for the last 2 seasons. So I felt fine with that. Gonna go in, hold my heavy, and put this Morbius to rest. Felt really good about that. Now, a lot of that was just like instinct play with Mantis because it's happening so fast. It's part of what I enjoy about her, but what also honestly makes me a little bit nervous using her in war is things happen so incredibly fast in fights, for me anyways, with Mantis. We're going to see one more with her where I'm very happy with how I handled it, but it's going to get a little bit scary. So now we're on this ebb and flow. I think it's ebb and flow intercept with the mighty charge Chavez. And this is what I'm saying. In my opinion, the best default counter to Chavez is actually America Chavez. I would say the only way it's not is if she is a stun immune Chavez. That's the only way I could say. And here's why. As I've been talking to you, I always talk about this to you, Chavez fights. Often you're bringing her in, one, because she's amazing, but often one thing she does to counteract the dangerous parts of a fight is that there's some sort of power gain, right? So you want to keep up your negative zone because she is reducing. At this point, I think we have inverted the power gain of the other America Chavez. You see her power is just going down when she throws a special. So let's see, she's gonna throw her special 1. We've got 3 negative zones up. And so she's supposed to get a power gain, but instead the bar goes the other way. That allows me to keep her power very low. I have very few concerns about her getting to her SB2 and causing this fight to really get scary. And we finish her off in under a minute. Defending America Chavez has no buffs, right? So we're not even getting the extra attack from that. We didn't get up all of our zones. We focused on the negative zone. Yeah. Really. I know that's going to be a weird edit, but life happens. There's not much I can do about it. So we're moving on to this fight here against Immortal Abomination. This is relatively common placement. There's a lot of tricks to this node. We're going to be using Mantis. There's quite a few of them, but one of the biggest things you don't want to do is end up trying to get to your 20 mixed emotions. That elongated heavy is going to trigger that scared stiff node. You're going to get rooted. Then you're not going to be able to make contact, and then really bad things are going to happen. The other thing you don't want to do is push Immortal Abomination to his SP2. Not only is there a bubble shield on the node, so that will probably become unblockable because there's so many hits in that, but then we're going to get the poison on us and die, and we don't want to do that. So I can't push him to his SP2, and he did kind of get up my mixed emotions. He's got 358,000 health, so chances are we're going to be rallying on the power backs here. So here we go. We're going to get this started. And I think I get this started with, yeah, I do get I try to get an intercept. This is what I'm talking about. I did not get the timing well at all in this one. Taking this first hit, not the end of the world. We're still doing okay because, you know, Mantis will do large burst damage, like a huge burst of damage off this special 2. So here's our first special 2. We've got this signed up. This is looking pretty good right now. Got 36% health, but I'm going to pause it real quick because remember the first things I told you is I don't want to let him get to 2 bars of power. So normally I would throw the SB3 right away with my Furies up, but I was pretty sure that would not kill Immortal Abomination. And if it did not happen, then he was going to be over 2 bars of power. I have no mixed emotions or anything like that. So that's why I went ahead and baited another special 1, even though it's going to be unblockable. Now, I have Steadfast up, but in the heat of the moment, I did not recognize it. A lot of just kind of instinct plays here, right? So I could have blocked that, should have. But ultimately, right now, I'm in actually a good place. I know it doesn't look like I am, but I am. Because we're winning the health bar race here, and I'm just going to kind of need to get to another SB2, do some nice damage, not make too many mistakes. So we're doing okay, and the special 3 animation kind of gave me a minute to collect my thoughts here a little bit. So we're going to go in. If we can get an intercept, and this one actually, it's a little dangerous because he's got a bar of power, but it felt good. That was one of those ones where I was talking about the timing. I waited, he started to rush in, I went for it. Sometimes the AI will punish you for that, but at that moment in the fight, it felt like the right thing to do. And then now I'm just going to parry this, yeah, because he ran in. He ran in, so I'm just going to parry it, 5-hit combo, get my striker going, and then we'll hold block just for a little bit here. Nothing too terribly long. Get a few Furies. Probably didn't even need 5 of them. 5 is way overkill. And get that fight done. It wasn't pretty, but it felt good. You know, this is tier 1 war we're trying to win. I've been having a rough war. So felt good to kind of make some smart plays. Went over that today with Fuzz and Rye and Slay and the like. And ultimately, everyone decided that was actually a pretty good fight. So I felt good about that. Now, moving on to this fight, we're going to talk about this a little bit. You're going to see me make a massive mistake early, and then I am going to claw my way back. I'm going to fast forward through a lot of that because it gets pretty repetitive, and we'll talk about the end. Now, this is a hazard shift fight with Iron Man. You know I love Iron Man, and he's so amazing, and because he's so good, he actually gives me a chance to crawl back out of this. But ultimately, here's the big mistake, right? We've talked about getting the taunt up and then baiting the special. He can block unblockables from mutants anyway. He can't block it if I don't hold block. And the big mistake there was this. It's a hazard shift node, which means I can only do damage reliably, safely during a half of it, a certain portion. He's incinerate immune. He is not poison immune. So I need to maximize the damage I can do in that incinerate phase, like right here. I should go in, should throw that special 2. I need to get better at punishing the heavy from APOC here. Right there, so I could get in a few more hits, maybe a couple more hits. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're really trying to reduce the margins and chances for error, it's a big deal. And the mistake that I made there was I went in and I believe I 4-hit combo and I backed up knowing that APOC was going to be unblockable and I had a taunt on him. He's able to punish me right away. I don't have time to block. The other mistake you could make is you 5-hit combo and you back up as well. This is very similar to me. I kind of liken it to when Iron Man Infinity War first came into the game with that unblockable special 1. You really needed to be ready for it and give yourself the opportunity to get out of dodge should he go unblockable. The other thing I want to point out here to everyone is I did not think strikers would trigger the node hazard shift. That was very disappointing to me because I was relying on it to get myself out of the corner there and I got a little poison on myself. I believe I did trigger the heal. Yeah, I must have triggered the heal already. It's part of why I saved it from earlier. I don't want to use it as like potions to top myself off. I saved it in case of something like this happens. So obviously it was not looking good. And I'm going to fast forward a little bit and you're going to see this fight gets really, really close. Okay, we're actually winning here, and you're gonna see that I allowed the kind of the length of the fight that took, and I didn't want to die again. I already had a death. I hadn't died all season, and here we are. And I'm going to allow that to kind of pressure me to make a bad decision. So I throw my special 2. I've got my arc reactor up. I've got 12 armors. Like in hindsight, I've got so much going for me. This special was so unnecessary. I don't know. I mean, I know why I did it, but it was a terrible, terrible idea. Hazard shift, of course, triggers twice. Of course, the concussion triggers from APOC's special. Do not do that. I had clawed all the way back. That fight had taken over 3 minutes. Probably going to win. And if not, I'm going to lose by just percentage points. Definitely better than hitting poison, knowing you're going to lose. I'm going to fast forward through the cleanup because there's really no reason to see it. I think you got an idea on the fight. If you have any questions for that, because you'll see APOC place on these hazard shift nodes. I've taken them multiple times, unboosted in the off season. I know how to do it. Just made a mistake. Ask in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get to it and kind of try to answer them. Let's go ahead and take a look at the season stats. All right, as I alluded to, SSX, we had our worst war of the season. Of course, it's up against Salty, a perennial top 3, top 10 alliance. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Not much we can do except for pick ourselves up and get going again. We're 3-1. I've got 21 kills on the season, 2 deaths in the same war. Had been deathless. It is what it is. I knew it was going to die this season. Got to just move on, and we definitely will in the next. America Chavez has taken the lead, but you see Mantis. Oh, actually, Mantis at this point actually has the lead, followed closely by America and Lady Deathstrike and Iron Man continuing on. Thank you so much for watching. Always ask questions in the comment section. If you got them, I'll do my best to get to them. I hope you're enjoying the war season. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.